Hello! I'm recording this for you before my Panchakarma. Now, where are we? We are now a couple weeks from today, almost 2 weeks, and I'm deeply in the Panchakarma now. And I am now, let's see, I would be on day 6. And so I'm wearing this white head covering, and if you want to know what this Panchakarma is, and you can listen to my previous video from last week and check that out, because I tell you all about it. In this phase, what I imagine I'm experiencing is a lot of cleansing, a lot of releasing, some surprises, some vulnerability, some fear. But I don't know. It's an adventure. It's a leap that I've taken into the unknown with this journey of Panchakarma. And it takes courage to leap into something, to the unknown inside of this way. It's a lot easier to stay with the comfort zones, even if they're numbing, even if they're killing us off slowly. And what I'm imagining for myself at this phase is I'm starting to feel good. I've been through the harder parts of the Panchakarma, and this is what I'm hoping for you too in whatever phase that you're inside of. So this can be a prayer for me and for you, that we are cleansing, releasing the old, because it's all old stuff that we're carrying around with us that triggers us. Doesn't mean it's irrelevant. It doesn't mean you skip over it. It doesn't mean it's just a story. I get really annoyed when people are like, well, that's just a story, just let go of it. Well, yeah, if I could do that, I would have done it already. And there are emotions that are real that get triggered and that get stuck in your body, and they're actually real. And it is important to have the right emotional cleansing techniques that work for you, the ones that are right for you, because what's right for me is not right for you. As we cleanse, as we release these old woundings, these old traumas, these things from past lives, it allows our light to shine brightly inside the world, to shine forth, to inspire, to be the lighthouse that attracts those who are meant to be attracted to you. And it's not for the faint of heart to go into these places. I can tell you what I've already experienced even before entering the Panchakarma has been really deep, and wounds that I didn't realize were still there, and that there were more layers, and there was more pain to release, and it can be really confusing to go into emotions for things like to feel confused, or to feel grief, or to feel shame, or to feel guilt, and to have it be about nothing in the present, but just to know that it's something that wasn't felt or properly processed before. So this is the thing. Once the emotions are processed, once you're doing the work to digest your experiences, cleanse your energy body, your brain, your tissues, cleanse all levels of you, everything that is associated with you and your soul, then the light of your soul can shine brightly. And when that happens, what gets in the way of that? What gets in the way of that a lot is, first, let's look at the first chakra. It's around fear, and it's around security, and it's around, so it's like the safety and the grounding. If you're not feeling safe and grounded, if your first chakra is out of alignment, if you're having fears, the first chakra is at your root. It's near your, between your anus and your sex organs, and it's in the perineum area and all around your sex organs and anus, and it's where your sense of rooting and grounding and safety comes from. And everyone that I've ever met has fears that they work with. There are some people who have less than others, but I haven't ever met anyone who's without fear. And we carry those darker energies, and they're in our root chakra. And when we're, so it's really important to cleanse, to balance, to work with that energy center. And what else gets in the way? Our fears around our validation and our approval, the ways in which we other reference, we look outside of ourselves for, and this is the second chakra, sacral chakra issue around our emotions, and we there are a couple things that come up here that are really important. When you are looking outside of yourself, when you are not able to self-reference, when you're not able to trust your own opinions and able to source to yourself for approval, when you're looking to your parents, when you're looking to your spouse or your partner, when you're looking to friends, when you're looking to other people to receive that validation and approval, that creates a lack of power, disconnection, block of your energy, old wounds, old stories to cleanse, to get to the truth, to get to the reality. So what can also be going on here is a dysregulation of emotion, because some of us have a lot of emotions. Like I have a lot of emotions, but I can also be very rational. So it's a bizarre combination to be born with, and to be able to see myself when I'm being irrational, and to have it feel so real, because you know how that is when the emotions are so strong. It can feel so real. Well, when you're in those places where it feels so real, it feels so strong, it feels so intense, and yet, and yet you can see the rationality. You can see what's rational. You can see that it needs to release. You can see that, well, later on you might even end up apologizing, right? If you went out of control, or then it's emotional dysregulation. Then you're out of balance when something like that is happening. When you're properly just sitting with your emotions, just letting them express, feeling them, not needing to do anything about them, but just letting them move through your body. That's what helps to balance, regulate your second chakra. And, another thing that I learned before this journey, and even as I'm sure I worked a lot on it during this period, and what I'm also learning is around there's so much work I've done around self-love. There's so much work I've done around caring for me and who I am and my body, and working with that critic voice and trying to diminish it, and or giving it another job, right? So I also the critic can be very practical, and it can see a lot of things that are off, that need to be fixed in the external world. And so I go to the critic to help me now navigate difficult terrain, so they can point out the dangers that are along the way, give it another job. Because one of the things that I noticed inside of doing even the Purva Karma, the pre-cleanse phase, is that I still had so much going on at this level of the inner critic. I had so much going on at the level of like being hard on myself. And so this is something that can block us from shining our light when we've got that internal block of our own critic or judge. Really hard stuff, really important stuff to release though. And it to me, it's very related to then the third chakra, the solar plexus, the confidence, if you're able to, it's because it's your inner critic that's going out and in the world of domination and control, comparing you to your other people on your Facebook feed or other social media. And when you're centered within yourself, when you're centered in the seat of your power in the third chakra, then there's a way in which, again, your light can shine through. So there's a lot of cleansing, I'm sure, that I've been doing in those lower three chakras. And that allowed me to then open my heart and cleanse my heart of any pain, wounding. And all of that cleansing down here is going to help open up the throat chakra, and for me to speak even more clearly and bring these messages through for you after this period. And then I'll be rejuvenating and replenishing in the phase after Panchakarma. I've forgotten what it's called. And I will be back with you then, as the intuition is coming through and I'm connected to you and to the universe through my crown chakra. I'm super excited to join you back then. All right, namaste. Hope you got something great out of this video. Leave a comment below if you want to share or reply to this email. Bye.